Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Dennis, and welcome to episode 9, Mission to Mastery, the WA Dennis edition. For those that's watching me for the first time, I'd like to warmly welcome you to this episode. For those that has been following me for the last 28 episode, thank you for your support and welcome back to this session. And first, I want to acknowledge you. I want to thank you wherever you could be on the subway, you could be walking, you could be on audio, you could be on the bus, wherever you are. If you're watching this, I'd like to thank you because I want to acknowledge you. I want to acknowledge you for your time, for your willingness, and for your commitment to step into growth, step into power, step into strength, step into possibility. So I just want to acknowledge you on that. Just give me a second. Okay, great. And so yeah, once again, thank you. Now, today is a little bit special because I want to share story, right? You have been following me for the last couple of weeks, and you could have heard of my story before in the earlier episode when I was, you know, um, sharing about my transformation with Tony Robbins, and this is something that I want to share with you as well in case you missed that. And chances of people reviewing what they have learned or what they want to know it's pretty low. So I don't mind doing this again so they can understand a little bit more about myself and why I'm doing this. So before that, click on the share button. Why? Because I believe with your effort, with your support, you're able to spread this message, this video, with your community, with your friends. And I truly believe that this is something that can inspire them, or at least make them do something towards the attainment of what they want. So if this is something that's valuable for your friends, is shareable, please don't hesitate to click on the share button below. And once again, I'm going to share about Tony Robbins Unleash the Power Within program. If you're running out of time, you need to get off fast. Just click on www.missiontomastery.com. You get to understand more about what Tony Robbins is going to share with you, or coach you, or train you during his 4 days of Unleash the Power Within virtual program. All right, so you have the details what he's going to cover on day 1 to day 4. You have testimonials from some of these students, celebrity, actor, actress, ordinary people like yourself and me, salespeople, entrepreneur, businessmen, who share their testimonials and their results, what they have learned from Tony. So click on that button, missiontomastery.com, go and read and check it out. All right. So why am I here? Very simple. I just want to contribute. And this is the 7th area of constant growth. The 7th area of constant growth, and it's serving my needs to contribute, to love and connect with the person that's watching this video. So the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to deliver my mission into empower, into elevation, into grow, and helping individuals like yourself to step out of your comfort zone, step into fire, and grow into the person that you want to become. So I'm here to serve you, and there's no other person that I can think of that could help you to become a better you except Tony Robbins. I'm not being biased. I'm just being very practical and very real, because this guy transformed my life in a way that I could only imagine until I learned from him. So a little bit of my background. I'm a psychology background, right? I have a degree in clinical psychology. I didn't pursue my honors or my masters because that I want to focus on. And and the reason why I study psychology is because I want to study me, right? I want to study me. And what leads me to have, this time and this thought to study me, because I was in depression many years ago, more than 20 years ago. Yeah, I was into depression, and I went from depression to express freedom, express of joy, express of love, express of acceptance, express of self-esteem, express of feeling enough. So I went from dark to light, from depression to expression. So this part of journey is something where I want to share, because for those that's watching this, or for those that have been through the pain and the darkness, if you can relate that it wasn't an easy journey. And I wanted to share this because I wanted you to know that life doesn't happen for me, or rather life doesn't happen to me but happen for me. It doesn't happen in a very good way. That's not how we start, again how we end. And through this journey of process, understanding more about myself through psychology, I still live happily in the past. I still live in shame. I still live in guilt. I still live in anger, despite understanding what causes my depression. So, through the emotion that I was experiencing on the daily basis, the languaging, the words that I have been saying to myself. And if you have watched the last episode, I talk about um, what stops a person from achieving what they want. It is fear. How I was in that state when I was in depression. I was constantly, feeling down. I was breathing very, very shallowing, very shallow. I was, partying, I was drinking. My physiology wasn't giving me the best state that I could be. I was focusing on the wrong thing. I was focusing on the anger. I was focusing on the guilt. I was focusing on the shame. You know, Hence the language that I told myself every single day is this: I'm not good enough. I'm stupid. I'm not good enough. I should have done this. I should have done that. I'm not good enough. Enough. I'm lousy. I'm not right. Yeah, I'm saying this constantly, right? And guess when my state is high or low? You're right, super low. And so much so that I was in emotional pain, and the pain was so huge, right? That I cannot find any way to release that pain through alcohol, through cigarette. It doesn't work anymore. I took out a penknife. I took out a penknife, I rolled my sleeve, and I just decided to cut myself profusely, profusely, right, profusely to cut, because I just want to be in pain. And during that point of time, I was in so much pain that my hand was bleeding with blood, with flesh that's coming out. And I was rushed to the hospital. I was rushed to the hospital, and I have, 180 stitches on my left bicep, and the pain doesn't stop there. So when I reach home, I decided to hide away from my parents because I don't want them to worry. So when I see them in the morning, I still greet them with joy, with happiness, and I was uplifting. And I was telling them that, hey, life is great. I'm good. But deep inside, I was feeling painful and I was feeling empty, and that began to spiral forward, all right, into something which is called depression. I was diagnosed with that, and I couldn't find the answer why. And over time, I was exposed to personal development. I was exposed to to training. I was exposed to books. I was exposed to self-help. Things that's more practical. Things that's beyond degree. Things that's beyond just theory. But I've experienced from trainers, speakers, from entrepreneurs, business people, Tony Robbins, T.R. Faker, Abraham. All these are the great speakers that I have learned from. And I decided to stick to Tony Robbins because this guy has practical tools that is workable, you know, and lasting for any individuals who decided to go into his training. So I've been practicing what I learned from him, understanding the 6 human needs, my physiology, understanding my breathing pattern. That has allowed healing to take place. And fast forward, um, in 20, I attended this program called Day with Destiny, and I mean that was 4 years later after I attended Unleash Your Power Within. Unleash Your Power Within program, high energy, overcoming fear. Destiny is going deep into the core, into the root of the fundamental foundation, which is the belief system that create the person I was. And it's during the event itself I opened up. I opened up to Tony because you know what, I was breaking down, and I was crying so loud because the pain is so huge. If you go through a process with us in the room, I was almost blown away. And as I decided to release my tension because it was so painful, and that process allowed me to get that out of the way, get that out of the body. And true enough, every session that is so intense, Tony Robbins would like to ask anybody in the audience who would like to share. I refused to raise my hand because, again, I was shameful, I was afraid, I was concerned. And finally, my teammate, who is so loving and supportive, decided to raise my hand for me and lift me up from the chair and got me to stand up and speak to Tony. So when I spoke to Tony, there was the moment where things come alive. I was vulnerable, I was scared, I was fearful because the thing that is comfortable to share. So I share my story of how I was bullied, right, in the school, and how I have created that meaning about me being a person that's not good enough. How I've created a depression. It's through the habitual actions that I've done over the period of years that gotten me living that identity of that that facade that I'm not good enough. And you can't tell that I was in trouble. You can't tell until when I reach back home, right? When I go back to my room, I was secluded, I was isolated, and I get into my zone, which is just numbness, and I was in pain. So nobody knew I was going through that until things got serious. So when I met up with my teammates and share my story, and sorry, and Tony intervened me. Tony asked me to be open and express what's going on. So I told him my story, and I told him about my scar and how that scar has given me the trigger, and how that scar has given me that pain, that story, that meaning that has crippled me to become somebody who is lousy, who is bad. Yes, I've been through enough information and healing to get myself out of that space. But sometimes, old habits happen. I still go back into that space. So Tony just intervened me and turned it around, and change the scar that I've gotten in my body into something else. And that become an anchoring for me to know that, hey, this is strength, this is love, this is power, this is possibility, and that gives me that courage to step out and step up into my greatness. So I couldn't express enough how that moment actually turned my life around. So that intervention lasted for 45 minutes, and thank God to my teammate, he recorded down the last 3 minutes of my intervention with Tony. It was recorded, and he actually sent it to me, and I watched it. I was in tears every time I watch it. So it was actually in a video, and I decided to let you see how Tony worked and what he did that could potentially help you as well. So I hope this video can inspire you, can help you, to give you some insight, and hopefully it can get you going and join us for the next program. So yes, please watch the video, enjoy, and I'll come back in a while. So yeah, thanks, Vivian. Let's roll the video.
Your worst day is always your best day once you reconnect to its deeper and higher purpose. Your worst day is always your best day when you connect to its deeper and higher purpose. There's no way you would have the power to do what you'll do in your life, Dennis, if you hadn't been through that. I wouldn't want to put anybody through what you've been through. I've been through my own versions of those things in my own life. But they all fucking serve, because that's where all my strength comes, all my power comes from, it's all my ability to feel somebody comes from. You wouldn't even care to feel somebody otherwise. If you were one of those other kids who tortured you would be one of those as an adult who really doesn't give a fuck. And when you don't give a fuck about anybody but yourself, life becomes very empty because nothing will fill up that hole called yourself. The only thing that fills the hole called yourself is when you get the fuck out of it. You step into a place of trying to love, serve, care, create, and it's not a horse trade. You're not doing it to get something. You're just doing it because you know it's fucking right, because it's inside your soul. That's when there's no pain. There's no spiritual pain, no emotional pain, no physical pain. In fact, you won't feel your body even if your physical body was pain. You won't fucking feel it. How do you think I do what I do for a living? 14, 16, 18 hours a day. At the UDW, on the last day, I'm on stage from 8:30 in the morning till about 1 a.m. with one hour break, if you recall. And you probably remember what it was like for you. I did 26 and a half miles that day alone. Running, jumping, leaping, being there with you on the third day of that process. If I was in my body, I'd be fucked. I'm in the body when it's over. Like, what the fuck did you do? Right? Like, what the fuck did you do? But during it, there's no fucking limit. Because I'm not here, I'm out here. So you have all of this, that scar. I'd like to see it because I want you to tell me what it really means going forward. What does it really stand for? It used to mean something that wasn't true. Some people have to pay for a tattoo. Your fucking thing is free, bitch.
Strength.
Yes.
Possibility.
Yes.
Ascension.
Yes.
Victory.
Yes.
There you go. Transformation moment. Transformation moment. You look at that, and now the being is different, the energy is different, right? I was a boy when I walked in the room. It's a man when I walk out of the room. So I went from being a mouse to becoming a freaking lion. A lion with heart, a lion with authenticity, a lion with humility, a lion with the mindset of serving and helping. And I never thought of myself that someday, one day, could be doing this right in front of the camera, in front of the video, to the world, sharing my story. Yeah, sorry, sharing my story and empowering the audience. Thank you. Yeah. So, like I said, I never thought that one day I could do that. So I went out of the room, deciding that one day, I'm just going to be out there speaking to thousands of people, sharing my story and telling them that life is possible. Life is full of possibility and happiness if you choose to step into deciding to live life on your term. And I can tell you, my friend, it's not an easy journey. It's never easy. It's never easy to achieve the success that you want. It comes with sacrifice. It comes with thousands of hours of hard work. It comes with unlimited passion and fire and drive that can bring you the results that you want. But it takes a lot of energy. And also they're not going to be easy obstacles. It's going to be tough. But at the end of the day, right, you become a different person. The strongest goal, okay, the Strongest matter doesn't grow without going through fire, without going through grinding. And that has prepared me to become a tougher person. And you continue to toughen me. You continue to invite me for more challenges. But because of the tools and the information that I've learned from Tony, it's constantly accessible. And one of them is this. This is the one that I apply daily. Because the most important single factor that can change your life is the ability to manage your state. And once you're in the state, peak state, grounded state, joyful state, power state, you perpetually can overcome any obstacles that's right in front of you. So this single tool itself is everlasting, it's evergreen. It will be applicable to me until the day when I leave and go to heaven. Because this is the single most important factor. Once you're able to manage and control this, everything is just right in front of you. You know, being happy, being joyful is just a heartbeat. And it's not difficult to overcome. Even though you have challenges in front of you, when you're in a power state, you start to think differently. You feel better and you can handle the situation, the problem, the obstacle better. So how do you manage your state? Yep, by controlling your physiology, your focus, and your language. So my friend, there's just so much information that it's not going to share. It's not going to be possible. You're not going to even learn everything when you're in UPW because it's just too much information. That's why it took me at least 6 times, or in fact, the coming 7th time. I'm going to re-attend again to learn new things. It's like watching a movie more than once. Each time you watch, you get more distinction, you get more information, you see things that you have saw it, but actually, hey, now this thing works for me. So for me, is keep going back to re-attend so that you get stronger emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And this 4 days is total immersion. Every day, Tony is going to cover 12 hours of content to you and teach you and coach you and train you. And you cannot find anywhere else with this content. I said from Tony Robbins in that 4 days program, virtual program. So log into missiontomastery.com. Get in for more details. Sign up for the program and allow this program to demonstrate what true transformation is for you. As a result of that, you become better, and who will benefit? Not just yourself, but the people that you love. So do not hesitate. Go in, share the link, and sign up for this program. So that's just my story. I hope this story has inspired you and give you some insight. And tomorrow I'll be talking about the 7 area of constant growth and the way of life. The way of life. How do you create that balance in this 7 area of our life so that you can move forward in a more smooth and more momentum and better movement of emotion so that you can create the outcome that you want. So it's called the way of life, covering the 7 area of constant growth, of mastery towards the attainment of extraordinary life. So I'm going to share with that with you the next 5 episodes, and we'll end that. And the goal is to invite you to join me together with SR and attend Unleash the Power Within program. So log into missiontomastery.com, get more details, sign for the program. And yes, that's my story. So thank you for watching this. I look forward to see you tomorrow, episode 30, same time, same place. And thank you very much. Take care. God bless. See you tomorrow. Bye.